my casket when I die, and when you leave my funeral, you better slide. But if they keep finding something that's not right, the ops don't play with him. That happened from inside. See, I'm just saying, but don't be playing. And if they kill him, that shit was playing. Better fly. See, I'm just saying, but don't be playing. And if they kill him, that shit was.
Motherfucker. Hello. Evening. How's it going, people? Come on, settle. Come on, I'll do a quick live.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Christy Eagle.
Shout out to Christy.
This song was for me. It's mine.
Come here, you. All hail. How can I protect you in this crazy world? It's alright. Hello. I said I'll come on for a quick half an hour. You know, I had a lovely bath. You know, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching something on the box in a little bit, you know. You know, and all like when the kids go to bed, like, and you have quality time then to yourself, don't you? Anyway, how's your evening going? You know. Do you know what keeps happening to me, right? You know, all these new features on YouTube that they've unlocked. You know, I'm yeah, you know where I am. Home.
You and I will find this out together. You and I will write out the song.
Big
You and I can play this tune forever.
Remember them back in the day?
You and I will break in every rule. I know it ain't right. I know it ain't fair to hold on to love.
I hit a milestone today. You know, 6,000 videos on this channel. Honestly, today I hit me 6,000 video. You know how much dedication and time it takes to make 6,000 fucking videos. No, and I've looked at every channel in their circle. You know, there's 49 other channels in their little circle that's monetized. None of them have made even quarter of the videos I've made. Like, you know, numbers don't lie. I've made 6,000 videos. This channel, you know, you look at all the YouTubers in their circle and look many videos they've made. You know, it's like, and that's how you grow your channel. You know, by making a stupid amount of videos, a stupid amount of shorts, as much content as you can fucking make. You know, and I've got backup as well of fucking loads of content on my phone. This bastard flew, like, you know, it's from me in. But saying that, I can't complain, you know. I've had a lovely bath and a nice shave, and, you know, Yeah, get the kids to bed early and watch something, you know. Like, it can't be quality time, you know, with your missus, like watching some, like a fucking series or something, or even a movie. Like, so, my mother always used to say absence makes the heart grow fonder, you know. She taught me a little bit about loving me mother. She compromised me, cause there's no balance of love and hate, you know. Yeah, and forgiveness, yeah. If you're a God-fearing person, you forgive the devil, you know. It's like, and that's the beauty about forgiveness in the heart, you know. Because if you can't forgive people, you get bitter inside. And it's very hard to get rid of that anxiety. It's called separation anxiety, you know. I'm a true believer in God, and I'm a true believer in forgiveness, you know. I'm a true believer in forgiveness, you know. But I was just having a look on YouTube today, and I managed to hit a milestone today. I hit 6K, 6K videos today. That's 6,000 videos. Hey, mate. 6,000 videos I hit today, bro. Like, that's an achievement in itself. Like, even to make 100 videos. Like, I've looked at all the channels in our little circle, and it's like, bro, none of them has made that many videos, do you understand? When it comes to making content, bro, they're all behind me, you know. And some of them haven't even made 1,000 videos, bro. And I'm talking about the 50 most popular channels in our little community. Like myself, Finn, Pablo, fucking, like loads of us, you know. We all have little channels, and I'm a firm believer in helping people, bro. You know, and it's like, if the truth be told, okay, so let's say, yeah, you've got 4,000 subs, and you come across somebody like Finn, who's brutally honest, who is a young man who knows about addiction, recovery, mental health, suicide ideology, you know. And I said to myself, I'm gonna fucking try help Finn. So what I did was, every video I made, I put Finn's channel in my thing. I put a lot of people's channels, bro, and I do feel a little bit bitter because I don't make money off YouTube, you know, and I work fucking dead, bro. 6,000 videos, 2.5 million people in 2.5 years. That's how many people I've reached. You know, my shit little channel, you know, somebody stole my channel on me, my old channel called Fighting Back United, and because of that, I said I have to do something about it. I can sit here and have a pity party for myself, or I can do something about it and start this channel. And I went past the other channel over 6 times, bro. It's on 546 subs. Okay, I'm on 4,071 subs. They're just going up. You know, and like I said, I'll blow me target out of the water before Christmas. You know, what I realised today is, man, 6,000 videos. I couldn't believe it. I was like, fuck off. You know, that's an achievement, bro. Like, and I've been part of this community 7 years, and there's people on here that have been part of the community a lot longer than myself. You know, and over the years, bro, I've met a few people off the community. Like, I met Jimmy the Gentus, I met PD, I met Lee Marvin Hitchman, I met Sean Atwood, I met a few other people. And it's like, I'm going to meet a couple of people at the Etihad because I like doing football content. And listen to me, yeah. People say to me, bro, you're fucking not right in the head going over to City's ground with dressed as a United fan, and why can't you do that? It's a football stadium, and there is hundreds of cameras there, so I don't worry about shit like that. If somebody hits me, I'm gonna hit back. But you don't go looking for trouble. When I'm over there, I go to make content. I don't go there to provoke or aggravate anybody. While I'm making content, people will say, bro, can you take a picture? Like this geezer, he come from Mauritius, yeah? And he said, brother, could you take a picture? Because you were stood with the city background. And I said, yeah, no bother. How are your tracks? Yeah, something like that, bro. But yeah, I've met a few people in the community, and it's like, look, it's like the narrative on YouTube, right? I've been part of this community 7 years, yeah, and I've met some decent people. Like, I met a geezer from Liverpool, right, and his name was Zeus. Jimmy the Gent, I call him. It's like, I looked at that man and I was like, yeah, I'm telling you now, and you just get a feeling about people that are stand-up guys. And Jimmy the Gent, aka Zeus, what a top guy, man. Bro, fuck it, it's okay. You know what I mean? I'm up seeing me family, so fuck the flu, bro. Man's been shot, bro. The flu's not gonna fucking. Don't get me wrong, I do feel like shit, but it's like I had a great day, Yeah. Yeah, well, bro, I didn't want to come up and give it to me son, But last night, I'm delighted the Republic of Ireland, we scored a goal at the very end against Armenia. It's like when you can't beat teams like Armenia, it's like you're in trouble, It's like, and as a football fan, give me a little bit of hope last night, because let's call a spade a spade. England were always going to qualify, and it's like, it gives us a little bit of hope, We need to be hungry, we have to score goals. If you can't beat Armenia, you don't deserve to go to the World Cup. Bro, you're in Manchester, aren't you? Like I said, there's a couple of people that have reached out to me this week and said, Jude, do you fancy meeting me at the Etihad? And I was like, yeah. You know what? Honestly, I swear down, yeah. As soon as I got up here, I had a message off Marvin, yeah. Bro, where are you? I'm going to come see you. I'm like, bro, fuck off. You said that fucking last week we could have done this twice. Getting your book a few more eyes on it. Like, I'm over the moon, because a lot of people that come in and out of my life have bought Lee's book, okay? And it's like, I'm over the moon for them, like, because it's like, have an author next to your name. I've been having a mad think about this, and it's like, I've had to reach out to a couple of lads that I grew up with, just to say, listen, I have this idea. I'd fuck up a picnic, but I'm not afraid to drop a sandwich. So I just said it. I asked a couple of lads from home, I said, listen, mate, I'm going to try write a book. You don't mind if I mention you, and if I mention A, B, and C, what we allegedly did and didn't do. Nothing that's going to get anybody into any trouble or offend anybody, just funny times. I grew up in one of the toughest areas, mate, you can go up in, and it's like, it's a proper community, like Dublin is next level, it's like, and the Irish were very welcoming, and we're made a certain way. We're very proud people, it's like, and nowadays patriotism is classed as racism. It fucks me off, it does. But life goes on, doesn't it? Yeah, Lee Marvin, he sent me a message today, said, bro, I'm coming over, and I'm like, Lee, I fucking texted you today, and I said, bro, I won't be there, and I won't be there the weekend, bro. So if you're up my end, come to me, bro. Come over and see, man. You get me? I'm fucking here. But like I said, he's had to been out promoting his book outside the maddest McDonald's in fucking Manchester, mate. Easy. All you need to do is stand outside there. It's fucking nuts. Mate, that's 100%. I'll meet you at the corner shop, bro. And I'll show you how near I am to it. And we'll come to me mum's and have a cup of tea. And I'll introduce you to me brothers, bro. Normally they're always in, but it's like this community, bro. I used to hold dear to me and value, and it's like everybody now wants to call people out and act like a bowsy, and they're not about that. You don't just forget how to ride a bike. You don't forget when you fucking put someone in a recovery position and save their fucking life. Do you understand? Shit like that you don't forget. Do you understand? You don't forget getting dragged out of a fucking stolen car by the local fucking guard and beat the fuck. But that, you don't forget things like that. And another thing you don't forget is if you light a fire and your brother and sister die in it, you don't forget. And I was having a good think about it because I wanted to write this book and talk about what I remember from that day. And I was thinking, and it's like, I don't think I need to do that. Like, I just like to write a book about the area I grew up and some of the characters that I grew up alongside. As a young kid, I was looking for some kind of direction or, a father figure. Because me dad, I fucking hated him, when I was younger. I had me reasons, I won't go into it, but I rebelled against him and I did everything to fucking embarrass him, He just wanted me to be safe, Working in an office wasn't for me either. I couldn't do it. I want to be stood up on my job. Whether it be on a production line, I don't give a fuck as long as I'm not sitting. I don't like sitting mobile, I like to move. I don't like me movement restricted. And I tell you, speaking about restricted movement, if these ID cards get brought in, we are fucked. You know that, don't you? Tracks, listen to me. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'll give you me number. And when you're thinking of going to the corner shop, tell me. And I'll come around. I'll have a Coke with you. Bro, that's like a family pub. Do you understand? Everybody I know on that estate drinks in that pub. So you'd be good in there you're from. You're not far from it, bro, And I'm sure you've been in the corner shop before. Mary is very welcoming. But you probably already know this. Everybody's welcome in there. The thing about the corner shop is, bro, right? As you know, all the gypsies drinking there that lives on this estate, it's rare to go to Townley, but there's 3 pubs on here. Mary Fox owns the corner shop, and Mary D owns Mary D's, and then you have that knob that owns the Townley. He has me barred years. I just walk in and out, you're barred, am I? And remove me. But I don't drink. Anytime I go in there, I just do be looking if I'm looking to see where my brother is, But, that guy in the Townley bro, he only has to open up twice a week because of the concerts. You know what I mean? Me not tell you. Because of the Co-op Arena, bro. All the pubs that are right next to it are doing amazing business. When there's a home game, Do you understand? The whole area is covered in City fans, and they're all in that pub in the car park where Marcy is in charge. You know, and it's a well-run operation. You know, all the gypsy lads drinking there. Well, you hear this, so tracks, yeah? There's a geezer in there called Baz that I get on with, right? City fan. So, couple of weeks ago, I went in to look for Mark, yeah, in the corner shop, yeah. And I spotted a couple of the lads in the back, waved to them and all right, bro, and all, whatever. So, I seen a guy I know, Baz, yeah. And I said, all right, Baz, how's it going and all? And this geezer taps me on the shoulder. He said, you're that cunt, aren't you? That's always making videos over at the Etihad. I said, yeah, I'm what? He said, nah, easy, bro. He said, you're brave. I was like, why is that? He says, because do you see how many blues are in here? I said, really? I said, here, have a look over there. Do you see many gypsies there's in here? Baz said to him, he goes, see, bro, Jude is a staunch lad. You know, like that to me. I was like, there you are, mate. What team do you support? He's like City. I was like, fuck you on your face. And he's looking at me, I'm there, I'm surrounded by loads of blues, but that's a local pub, you know. It's banter. You know, for fuck's sake. We all love football. And in the city, it's like blue and red, you know. Oh, fuck off, Lena. Shout out to Rangers. But, like I said, sometimes when I go over to the Etihad, there's a lot of tourists, okay? And it's like, sometimes, like, the odd person will say, mate, could you take a photograph for me? And I'll say, yeah, not a problem, you know. You see, people always say, Jude, you're not right in the head, bro, going over to the Etihad. Like, there's loads of fucking City fans that want to cave your head in. That's true, but I don't worry about stuff like that. You know why? I'm surrounded by cameras. You know, I don't go there looking for trouble. I go there to make content. You know, and I get on with a lot of the Man City community, you know, the fans. Fuck you and Rangers, Lena. I hope you're okay. I have a bit of a flu, but as you can see, this cuckoo has flew home. Yeah, my throat is in bits, but Lisa has been looking after me, you know. Yeah, she really loves me, you know. So I'm gonna stay, man. You know, and I'm probably gonna come home next week. Yeah. I miss me family, you know. But look at today's 28 days. You know what I mean? Like, I've done 28 days today. I said, listen, I'm gonna go back to basics, and I had to section myself, in all fairness, except for if I'd have gotten sectioned, the making sure I took my mood stabilizer and the size of it, there's no way I'd be able to hide it under my tongue. You know, and they'd insist on it, like they'd watch you take it, you know, and I didn't want to do that, so I did it the other way, you know, so yeah. You know, dyed my hair yesterday, burnt the Arsenal on myself. Yeah. Had a lovely bath before, you know, a nice shave. You know, because we're watching Netflix when the kids go to sleep, you know. I'll watch something on the box for a little bit, and then I'll turn the telly on. Yeah. But I'm glad I'm here, you know. Like, man, we're too proud we are sometimes, and it's like, you have to forgive people sometimes, you know. Lena, a few people's names have been changed that come in and out of me live. There's loads of new features. Oh, Lena, well, you hear this? I hit 6,000 videos today. Lena, there's 49 other channels in the circle we're in, right? There's 50 channels, yeah, on our circle in YouTube, yeah, and I've gone through every one of them. How you look? And I hit 6,000 videos today. In 2.5 years, I've hit over 2.5 million people. You know, it's networking. You know, and like I said, for instance, Lena, right? Me and you're Protestant, I'm Catholic. Okay. Now, you're a Rangers fan, yeah? And I'm a Celtic fan, I'm a United fan. You too, Luke, thank you. And Lena, me and you start talking because of mental health issues, and it's like, you know, I think my way worked. Like, because if you're a survivor of suicide like you are and I am, it's like every day is extra. You know, and I was trying to tell Lisa, that's a good number. I was trying to say to Lisa before, listen, you only get one life. You know, and we have one chance to salvage this. You know, let's work together, not against each other. You know, and absence does make the heart grow fonder, you know. Like I said, I'm a certain type of individual. I'll just, you know, I have to do things my way. Hey, Finn, I haven't got long. I'm going in to watch something with the family, but no, I'm glad I'm up here, Finn. You know, I hit 6,000 videos today. Hey, Finn, 6,000 videos, bro, in 2.5 years. 2.5 million people, 4,071 subs, up the fucking dubs. And Foxy, if you're watching, you four-eyed cunt, thank you, because you give me a boost. You lit a fire inside me. Hey, you blocked everybody on Fighting Back United, didn't you? And everybody turned on me. Because they were getting messages off my account calling them all cunts and pedos and shit. And you caused a rift with everybody. But what you didn't realise was, bro, I'm a versatile motherfucker and I'm very resilient. And I fucking said I'd get me channel back and I got it back, didn't I? 7 times, you fucking serial killer. You're the pusher. Yeah. You're a fucking weirdo. You know, anybody who has another man's picture with fucking flowers all around it, that's well gay. I didn't even realise, but when I seen cable ties, duct tape, a GoPro, a sledgehammer, rope, I was like, that's a kill kit. This cunt's a serial killer. You know, who goes up on the moors every night with a Rottweiler? I'm not joking, Lena. There's a fucking kill kit back of his car. Why would you have rope, cable ties, duct tape, hammer, fucking Stanley knife? You know, I was like, yeah, whoa, let me out this car. You know, let me out. You know, but in all fairness, at the start, he was very good to me. You know, but listen to me. If you're my brother and I'm looking out the window having a cigarette and I see my brother kicking an animal, I'm going out that garden and I'm fucking dropping him. You know, I'm very animal sensitive. You know, I'm not even joking. I don't like cruelty to animals. I fucking don't like it. You know, it's like dogs are very loyal and all they want is to be walked, fed, and, you know, hey mate, where's me little budgie? You know, be stupid with your dog. But he fucking upset me, he did. Because he booted his dog in front of me, and I was like, why would you do that? Your dog's petrified to me. Or I'm petrified to you. And I had to give him a little test. Me cousin Tommy learnt me this. Well, he's not me real cousin. He's married to me cousin. I call him me bleeding cousin. I'm not a jippo either. I don't believe him. Fucking. Anyway, he used to train German Shepherds, right? He taught me things about dogs that I wouldn't have fucking known, right? Every dog can only have one master, yeah? And if someone else's dog submits to you, you know what that means? He's fucking afraid of you. That dog was terrified. I said to you, give your dog the word to eat me. Go on. And what did your dog do? Submitted to me. Bow down in front of me like that. I fucking growled at him. And I was like, I feel sorry for that dog, because a dog can only have one master, and Rottweilers are vicious, right? And this dog was like a little fucking chihuahua. Growled at it. I looked at it, I looked in its eyes, and I fucking growled at it. And it submitted to me. And I was thinking, dog psychology, this dog is petrified of this guy. Because it's like, I made an observation that day. This dog was trembling. So I told him to get the fuck out of my garden. And the weirdo was sat outside my door the next night, and I said to my brother said to me, bro, don't go out there. Because there's cameras on the fucking street, bro, and you're going to get yourself in trouble. I wanted to go out and set fire to something. In fact, I wanted to have a fucking bonfire with his car, but there was a dog in it. I'm not asked about that component, but the dog. When you fuck your mate over like that, when he confides in you about his mental health and what have you, and it's like you promote his fucking channel and what have you, and it's like he just did it for, I don't know why he did it, but he lit a fire in me. Do you understand? To get me hello, Mr. G. No, you know what it was for me? I told him, I want you to give your dog the command to fucking eat my heart. Yeah. Now, I'm going to stand 30 feet away from your mutt. Give him the fucking word to eat me. And his dog ran at me, and I fucking growled at it, and it was like that. It was like, fucking sit down. The dog's sitting down like that, looking at me like that. I was like, hey, you mate. And the dog, I could feel the dog shaking, And what my cousin Tommy taught me is, right, now, this fucker used to train German Shepherds. Now, I know fuck all about German Shepherds, right, but he used to be in this club. Now, I know certain dogs can have prestige, right? Like, this geezer had one of the best German Shepherds on the fucking planet, or in Europe. His dog was in the top 50, and he was showing me they all have names, and you can find out who their parents were and what breed they are and where they come from and where they was from the last owner and all this. And he brought me out one day, yeah. He said, Jude, he said, I know you're from Ballyer and you're all not right in the head. He said, have you ever wore a bite suit? How are you gorgeous? Guys, I'm going to fuck off, yeah? But I'll tell you this real quick. So he loaded 2 German Shepherds in the fucking, in the car, yeah? We were up in Tally. He puts me in a bite suit. I look like my man, our fucking, what's that war movie, The Hurt Locker? With the bomb suit. That's what it was like, yeah? He put me in a bomb suit, yeah? He said, right, I need you to listen to my command. I said, here, I'm not a fucking dog. He's like, stick your tongue out, go on, good dog. Fuck you. So he said, run, Jude, but stick your 2 arms out like that and I'll send one of the dogs. So I'm running. I'm about 100 feet away from him, yeah? I'm looking back, I'm like, what do you want me to do? Keep running. So I'm running, but I'm anticipating. Next of all, I just hear him whistle. the fucking two of them ran at me. He's like, I'd put your both arms out, extend like you're a plane. I'm like, a fucking plane? You know, I'm fucking running like that, like the Michelin Man. You know, I'm like that. Next of all, I can fucking look behind me and I see one of them fucking, he looks so majestic in the fucking air. Latched onto me hand, bro. One of them was dragging man up the road, bro. Do you understand? We were on a field. He's like, leave your fucking hands out. I said, me fucking hands are out. I'm fucking trying to protect me neck and shit. These dogs, one has hand on the left and one has the right, bro. And they're fucking pulling me, you know. This cunt is laughing. You know, he's like, let go of me, bro. You know what? I stood up and I'm looking at this suit and I'm like, I'm telling you what, man, they didn't get me. But they were fucking dragging me. You know, I didn't realise how strong they were. You know, but this suit, I'm not joking, I must have weighed about 3 stone. You know, it was padded to fuck, but he used to breed German Shepherds, you know, and he used to show us dog, whatever it's called, you know, but yeah, man, I done it for the adrenaline, you know, because I'm fucking stupid like that, you know, but yeah, I can put it, yeah, drink a tea, bro. Drink your mad, yeah, that's all I drink, Jig, is tea. But like I said, it was very exhilarating. You know, I got a rush out of it. Like, I'm not lying, I was a bit afraid. You know, as long as they didn't bite me, you know what I mean? But I was so protected in this suit. It was like a bomb suit, you know? I was like, you bastard, you said you were only going to send one of the dog. You know, he sent 2 of them and they were dragging me around the place and I can hear this cunt laughing. You know what I mean? He's in stitches. These are dragging me and they're like, you know, fucking proper having me, you know. Now, they didn't nick me because of the padding, you know, but I swear down, they would have been still pulling me, you know, like, fuck me, mate. But like I said, what years ago when I was a kid, right, I'm gonna have to go, but there was these 2 St. Bernards that lived in Bluebell Flats, right? One of them was called Digger. You know that movie about that St. Bernard? I forget what the fucking movie's called, yeah? But you want to see the mother, right? But the baby she had, it was like a little horse. You know, like a little Shetland pony, man. They were fucking huge. You know, I've always loved dogs. You know, they're amazing companions, you know. And like, say a dog, they only want to be walked, fed, and petted. You know, and they'll fucking, I'll tell you now, man, they'll die for your dogs and by your side because they're so loyal. You know, and it's like when I seen someone kicking the dog, I was like, oh, fucking kill him. You know, don't do that shit in front of me, mate. I swear to God, I'll take a charge. You know what I mean? If I seen you hurting a cat, a fucking dog, a budgie, I'd fucking, honestly, mate, if you fucking hurt an animal, you may as well do fucking that, mate, yeah? Now, I've already given you a fucking warning, now look what you've gone and done. That's like a mental housing unit, power supply, timer, trip switch, fucking detonator, kaboom. Now look, you've triggered me, you bastard. Right, I'm away, guys. Have a good night, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Boom.